Welcome to Power Ranking, a show where you, the fans, get to vote on your favorite things in video games, movies, TV, and whatever else the internet is excited for. This is the 4th episode of our special IGN tournament, Power Ranking Face-Off. Here's how it all works. Through our face-off voting on IGN.com, you, the fans, chose your favorite video game characters from over 300 entrants. Those face-off votes gave us a win-loss record for each character, which determined the overall ranking. The top 64 of that ranked list have then been seeded into our tournament bracket. We're now down to our top 8 as voted by you, the fans at home, during round 3's polling. In round 4, which we're currently in right now, we polled again across multiple IGN platforms to scientifically determine, it's all science, I promise, which video game character is the best of all time as voted by you, the audience at home. The top 2 from each group of 4 will move on for a chance to be crowned Power Ranking Face-Off's best video game character of all time. So far, over 12.8 million votes have been cast in the tournament so far, which is huge. Thank you all so much for voting. But without further ado, let's take a look at the bracket so far. So who do you think is going to make it to the top? Have your tournament predictions so far been right? Well, we're about to find out who's going to advance to the next round. But before we do, and before we get into fan predictions, I'd like to welcome once again our Power Ranking special correspondent, Josh Dew.
What's up, Jonathan? I can't believe it. After weeks and weeks and weeks, we're finally at the top 8 for this. Let's get started. I want to see what the top 4 is.
Me too, Josh. I'm very excited to see who's moving on from this very stacked top 8. We have a lot of very iconic characters. So let's get right into at least the fan predictions for what we might see from this round. Eric Hook on Twitter says, Master Chief has got to make it to the Final Four. He single-handedly made the Xbox, and of course, that totally makes sense. The first Xbox had Halo Combat Evolved at launch. We're looking at Halo Infinite being at the launch of Xbox Series X. Master Chief is Xbox, so it'd be a shock if he doesn't move on.
Yeah, as I said last week, Master Chief is the last Xbox representative here in this tournament. If he's out here, Xbox is out.
And then we'll see what happens to it, because as Tone1 on YouTube says, the poll is basically going to end up being between Nintendo characters only. And yeah, I believe it's around half of the characters right now are Nintendo, so they are obviously representing pretty well, but we'll see who moves on. It could be anyone's game.
Yeah, it's Link, Luigi, Mario, and Pikachu, 4 big-time Nintendo guys. We'll see what happens.
For sure, and Link 3200 on IGN says it's between Link and Mario. They don't seem biased at all in that. Hard to say who would win. I think both characters would fight it out in Smash Brothers, so you should settle it in Smash. And yeah, I'm okay if we have to settle this whole matchup in Smash.
Yeah, maybe next year, 2021.
Yeah, maybe. But Josh, who are you thinking is going to make it, or who do you want to make it to the Final Four?
My Final Four, I would say, is probably... I got to get Luigi in there. Ever since last week, I did not expect Luigi to get this far, and now that I see him in this top 8, I'm really rooting for him. So I want Luigi in there. Kratos, for sure, because of God of War recently. I adored that game. I think I'm going to have to go with Mario and Pikachu on this one. It's Nintendo. It's hard to deny Nintendo this title right now. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we're not seeing at least some pretty heavy Nintendo representation at the end of this. I personally would love also to see Kratos go on, but I'm also pulling for Master Chief. I think Halo 2 is one of the games I've actually played most in my life. I played that, I think, every day after school for like 3 or 4 years. So I have a very, very soft spot in my heart for Master Chief, despite, hosting our PlayStation podcast here at IGN. But I'd like to see the two of them move on, because I think that'd be a pretty fun matchup. So before we reveal your results, let's look at who we have in the first group of candidates who could move on potentially. On the red side, we have Link, Master Chief, Kratos, and Luigi. 2 of these, this group of 4, will move on to the next round. And Josh and I actually have no idea who is moving on right now. We're going to be given the results live, so we're going to find out just like you. So let's find out who's moving on from this first round.
Let's go, Luigi. Give me a Luigi.
Boy.
No.
And the first 2 to be moving on from this round, I am shocked. It's actually both of our favorites are not moving on. The 2 to be moving on from this round are Link and Master Chief. Link and Master Chief both got over 30% of the votes from this bracket. Huge congrats to both of them. Very proud to see Master Chief going forward. I did see the Halo Xbox Microsoft account tweeting basically to urge fans to go vote in this poll. So thank you for that shout out, Halo. We appreciate that. And obviously it proved out because Master Chief is moving on to the Final Four.
this, I'm sad by seeing Luigi finish last in this group here, but it makes sense. Link has a very deep catalog of amazing games, and Master Chief is Mr. Xbox. And Halo is a very important franchise in the world of gaming, probably more so than God of War, to be honest. And so I respect this decision, even though I don't like it that much.
I think it's a pretty too solid. It's a lot of green. Kratos was fighting a lot of green in this group between Link, Master Chief, and Luigi. Unfortunately, Luigi only got 10% of the votes, so the Luigi fan force will have to come back for another poll we do in the future to push him through to the end. But
I'm proud he made it this far. I'm really proud of him.
Me too. Link, obviously, Breath of the Wild is one of the most beloved games of the last decade, so no surprise given his long history that he'll be moving on as well. But yeah, congratulations to the boys in green, Link and Master Chief, for being the first two to move on to the Final Four.
Moving on to the blue side now, the final half of this final 8 here. We'll see which one of these will move on. We got Mario, Doom Guy, Solid Snake, and Pikachu. Let's see the top 2.
Drum roll.
Ah, man, this is gonna be tough. Will Nintendo win the day? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so we got Mario at the top with 242,000 votes, 41% of the vote. Huge landslide. And number 2 is Doom Guy with the recent Doom Eternal coming out. Huge response. I think this might have carried it to the next round. Sorry, Solid Snake. Sorry, Pikachu. Sorry, Pokemon fans. That's the last Pokemon in this race. Pokemon couldn't make it. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked Pikachu didn't make it, given especially the fandom that I know Pokemon has on IGN. Like, obviously, Pokemon is huge around the world, but it is such a big thing when we report on it on IGN. So I'm actually really shocked Pikachu isn't moving on. But of course, Mario, it's hard to bet against Mario. He almost feels like the de facto leader in this, which is, I'm actually sort of surprised people didn't try to, push other people to the top, but I totally agree with you. Doom Guy, I think the love that everyone has for Doom Eternal right now, Bethesda has actually pointed to this poll in the past, I believe, or at least pointed to Power Ranking. We've shown Doom Guy some love. I went on a date with him in a previous episode of Power Ranking, so I'm not too surprised. A host never kiss and tells. But I will say I'm very proud to see Doom Guy going forward, considering how much love there is for Eternal. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but I'm so excited, and this is pushing me to be like, I need to go for it. Doom Guy got nearly 30% of the votes, while Mario got 41%, so obviously they were far and away the two leads. And unfortunately, I think Solid Snake, there's just no Metal Gear game out right now, which, doesn't help. Yeah,
not a lot of recency bias for this one.
Before we take a look at the current rankings, let's remember those who didn't move on in our In Memoriam segment.
All right, well, let's see how that changes up the current bracket. This round is actually going to be a little different from the past ones. We are now going head-to-head. We have Link going up against Master Chief and Mario head-to-head against Doom Guy. And we actually have the cumulative votes for each character throughout this entire run. Let's take a look at those numbers. In terms of cumulative votes, Link is coming in at 687,000, Master Chief with 647,000, Mario pulling away with 1 million votes, and Doom Guy with 700,000. The blue side seems pretty weighted on this right now, but based on these numbers, it seems that Mario is going to take the whole thing. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, Mario is obviously in the lead, and Doom Guy is second, but only one of them will end up moving on to the final 2. And what's interesting is I think we're going to see a very different matchup when whoever from the red side ends up competing with either Mario or Doom Guy, because Link and Master Chief haven't competed with those guys yet in this bracket, and I think there is a lot of love in every fan base for all 4 of these, so honestly, I could see anyone taking this right now.
I agree, yeah. With Link and Master Chief, with these numbers, Link is projected to be the winner, and if we see the Mario and Doom Guy projection also come true, it's going to be Link versus Mario. Nintendo is going to win either way.
I think someone's going to surprise us, though. I do think we could see an upset in that regard. I do think we'll see quite a bit of Nintendo love as this goes on. to the final two, but I wouldn't be surprised if Master Chief or Doom Guy slips into that final round. Thanks again for joining me this week, Josh. I am very excited to see how these final rounds play out.
Me too. Everyone, stay tuned and stay home.
Now, if you missed these polls, it's not too late. Although there are no redos, our Power Ranking Face-Off polls will continue to run as we wrap this bracket up, so do your part and get yourself on all these IGN platforms to get your vote in now. But is there anyone missing from our bracket who you think should have made it and should have even been number one? Do you agree or disagree with the results of the bracket so far? Let us know in the comments, and as always, keep it locked to IGN.